My good, welcome, my good man. It's good to have you. Good to have
That's
you.
me. That's the good
That's
man.
just a quick intro for those who've been living under a rock for some reason and do not know who this talented, handsome gentleman is next to me.
Oh my God.
Pause.
Oh God. First of all, I don't understand why anyone would be living under a rock. There are shacks, there are bricks, whatever. Go back home. Tell them you're sorry if you messed up. Anyways, Kubuleka. I wish I was a presenter on that thing. Anyways, this is your boy. I'm assuming your boy because I'm assuming you like me. Mdura. For those that do not know what I do, I'm a comedian. I do other things, but let's just keep it on the comedy side. So yeah, I'm with you for the next
good hour or so.
For the next good hour, we got data to burn.
I usually always lead up with this one, but comedy, my good man. Can you give us a
411?
Yes.
No to intend.
Have you always been that kid who was funny, or you figured, you know what? I love to see people in good vibes, living on good vibes. How did it happen?
I think I was always an entertainer. I think I was always different. Growing up with 5 girls in the house and being the only boy, so the attention was always on me. What is he going to say? Stupid boy. What is he going to do? So, you know, you always ride on that wave as a child. You would say, so you always want to be consistent. So as you do that, you just get that confidence of what I say things, I do things, and they laugh. And then it becomes, what do you call it? It becomes a drug to you that you always want to keep on taking. It becomes a high. So even when, because I became a footballer later on, so I just exposed myself to a group of people all the time. So in that group, I was always the loud mouth because I had the confidence. I was always the talkative one. And people started laughing, and I was like, might be something here. I just didn't know what to do with it. So yeah, I could say that I've always been a loud mouth.
More or less,
yeah.
And then class clown, I'm assuming you're also. I know there's a stereotype, comedians are usually the ones who always make everyone else laugh. Was that the case for?
It was. Funny enough, you know, the classic class clown is that guy who doesn't get good grades, who builds his confidence on making everyone laugh so that they don't point at him to say, hey, Dumiso, give us the answer. You know, Dumiso is always the one that is told, Dumiso, get out of the class, just to run away from him. So he builds his confidence around being the loudmouth and being the class clown. Fortunately for me, I was okay at school. So I was able to get away with the jokes. Because the teacher knew that in as much as he's naughty, he's going to say something stupid, but when the marks come back, he's okay. So I got away with that. Was the class clown, most trusted one, the prefect. So
that's good. So throughout your journey, obviously, I guess you are part of the very few, or I wouldn't say godfathers of the game, but the people who actually made it possible for the new wave, or I guess you are part of the people who laid the foundation and actually made this a thing. How does that feel to have like that? I guess actually, or I wouldn't even go far as I want, but that
the responsibility of being the one that has to pioneer a lot of things.
Exactly, it's holding the baton, like you doing the whole time, like.
It's hard. It's hard because it's hard and exciting at the same time because you don't know what you might find because you are literally the first one. You are literally the one at the forefront.
Exactly. So if you catch a bullet,
like you don't know how it feels like. Those behind you will know from your experience that hey, bullet heads. You know what? So don't go there. Dying on stage is a thing. Like before anyone dies on stage, you must die first on stage. No, I'm not meaning it literally because people always ask this. So you are the one that has to find, you are the one that has to taste this to know that it's poison, that you can go back and say, guys, don't eat this fruit, it's poison. So it's very hard because it's a hit and hope kind of situation. You're trying out stuff and then you realize, oh, it doesn't work, and then you lose money, or you lose resources, or you lose friends, or you lose people, then now you need to go back to the people who are coming after you to say, guys, don't make this mistake that I made, And it's also exciting because now you are creating a legacy as you go, because you are a man of firsts. You're doing the first one-man show, you're doing the first this, you're doing the first that. No one can come after you and say, I did this first, So there are always the two sides. There's always the extremely hard part and the extremely exciting part.
True.
Yeah.
So it's a bittersweet feeling.
It's a bittersweet feeling, but it's always extremely bitter and extremely sweet. It's never, today it's like a bit bitter. It's not. It's never that.
But no. Judging from what you have done for the game and the likes, it truly is, to the point of even getting it out. How does that feel as well? Like being part of these auspicious occasions, you've held it down and going out the country as well, splitting a cup. Was it something you had projected? Like, for instance, someone has like 5-year plan, or damn, I've gone so far. Like,
I had actually projected getting to where I am, just not precisely and exactly and as accurately as I would have projected at the time to say yes. But it was more or less, after, because there was this competition that I was in. Shout out to the people that put it together. Boba with McFord, who's now an MP, Larry Mhlanga, Pinda Mkonda, those guys, they were an executive. They had this dream of, just putting comedy out there in the country. So after the competition, which obviously I didn't win, thank God for that.
I like how you're taking that so calmly.
No, I never won. It was said at that time, but then I was like, you know what? I want to show people that actually I want to let someone who says that I'm a judge of comedy, but I've never done comedy, tell me that I'm not good enough. So I went out there to put in the work. So when I started putting in the work, I put pen and paper on the table, and I wrote down things that I want to achieve. I didn't put a timeline on it because I feel like timelines put us under unnecessary pressure to deliver.
Those New Year's resolutions,
don't do that.
Now. It's like,
just be vague about these things, because it makes you feel like it's gonna happen.
But then,
if not in this lifetime, in the next. If you want to have a car now, without a chariot, Elijah, somehow at some point in the next lifetime. So I never put that on my list of things. I never put the timeline. I was like, you know what? I want to be an ambassador for a certain big company at some point. I want to do a one-man show. I want to record a DVD. I want to do international shows. I want to have this and this and this and this. Some of these things have happened. Some of them haven't happened yet.
Of course.
Yes.
But it doesn't.
No, definitely. From the things that have happened, it has made me believe that these things that have not happened are definitely going to happen.
I actually love that.
Gaining weight. It's still on the radar. So I'm still coming for that weight thing. I want to know what it feels like to be size 36.
Yeah, putting on them pounds.
Yeah.
I love that aspect of it, the whole mapping it out. And the most important part, I feel like the whole timeline. Of course, you're not saying don't have an idea of working towards something, but don't be too stringent about it.
For the next 6 months, I want to buy a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do that.
Yeah, true. It then helps your self-esteem to some degree.
It does.
And your mental fortitude, which is actually impressive.
Fortitude, big word right there. Look it up. Look it up.
What would you give, or what piece of advice would you give anyone who's the youth, basically? That's starting out. Do you feel like there's an importance of formal education to a certain degree, or some form of learning? Like, how does one approach it? What top 3 aspects?
You mean the comedy or just entertainment in general?
Entertainment. But then obviously have connection to your experiences as well. Like, what top 3 things do you need to have? Like, I'm studying out. I want to be in entertainment, and I'm still in high school. What mindset should I have within that scheme?
I usually just tell them that I've been fortunate enough that I've been invited to some schools or institutions of education where they just want me to speak about my career, educational path or my previous job before I did this, because I had a teaching job before I started the comedy. So I feel like somehow I resonate better with high school students or just generally youth in school. So what I usually tell them is that, you know what, start school, finish school. Institution of higher learning, very important. Tertiary education is very important. It's not, education is not to fill a hole of ignorance. Like it's not like as you learn, like let's say there's a hole or a pit of ignorance. As you learn, that pit gets filled up, and then you get to a certain point where you're like, no, now I'm good. It's not like that. It opens up your mind. It makes people trust you. If you come out and you say, hi, I've got a degree in something, something, it could be plumbing, it could be literally anything. It opens up your mind because you find a different way of solving certain problems in your line of whatever you are doing, as opposed to someone that hasn't been in a tertiary institution. There are deadlines there, there are assignments there, there are lectures there. You apply the same thing to your job. CEOs trust you in a boardroom to say, you know what, I can talk to this artist, I can give him this deal, he will finish. If you cannot finish a degree, how can you finish a mixtape? An EP, 7 songs, how are you going to finish that? You're going to drop out and say this thing is too difficult. You're not going to find solutions. There are contracts that you need to sign. They're going to cheat the hell out of you because you are ignorant. There are artists that have died poor because they didn't have the education. Lawyers are going to come in and make you sign stuff you won't understand. So the educational part of it is very important. My comedy comes from my background, comes from my education. It comes from certain things. There are audiences that I will go into and I'll know exactly what they need. I'm not just going to do a stadium all the time where I just need to, no offense to people that go to the stadium, but it's a loud environment. So you just need to be loud. Sometimes you need to sit in a boardroom with 35 CEOs that are all educated with master's degrees. What are you going to say? They're going to intimidate you. So education is very important. Very important. Start with it, then pursue your career with the education or after the education. Yeah.
Okay, we've got a question from your girl Z.
Yo, girl Z.
Would see if you weren't doing comedy, what would have been your second love?
I would have been a lawyer.
Oh, you can actually see that.
Yeah, could have been a lawyer. I am a talker. I love people. I love working with people. I love working with different situations all the time because with law, you're getting different criminal cases. I would have been a lawyer. I would have stood in front of a judge and presented a case. I would have tried to be as charming as I can in front of the judge, and we don't have a jury in the country. But I've always been interested and intrigued by the law. I've always been intrigued. Sometimes I even read stuff, legal stuff, for no reason, just words, vocabulary from law, prima facie, prima what, you know, that weird language. It always yeah, you know, it has always interested me. So without a doubt, would have been a lawyer.
Right. You can see you getting people off. I'm not saying
or just losing some cases. Coming to is like, dude, I tried. Hey, I tried.
No, you did have to murder the person, but hey,
you know, I know lawyer-client privilege, but dude, you did it, and you know it. I know it for you.
And I couldn't do it.
Dude, whatever. I'll visit you in prison or something.
Good thing you're not going down that route because
I'm never going down.
Not gonna trust.
Never.
Representation.
Okay. There's another one. Is you're acting. Are you planning to go with the?
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. But like I said earlier, when I plan things, I don't put a timeline on it. So right now, especially this year, I was just concentrating on talent development in comedy. I just decided to put myself aside and what I want to do and say, and just to say, you know what, let me just work on the talent that is already there and just develop it. So next year, I'm going to go back full time into acting, but that sometimes means that I need to disappear for some time. So definitely, I started in 2017, did my debut in acting, and I enjoyed it so much. So now I want to do it again. I'm definitely going to do it. Definitely. Yeah.
For those cameos and appearances, leaving, and your inspiration. Where do you draw that from? Do you have specific comedians you look up to, or thought leaders in whatever industry?
Yeah.
So like, where does the content come from? Because it's always rich and hilarious.
Thanks. It comes from my content. I'll start with the last part because I feel like your question is two part: inspiration and then the inspiration for the comedy. My comedy comes from a very genuine part. It comes from my own experiences. It comes from things I see. It comes from things I hear. It comes from situations that I find myself in, to the point that there's so much that I've written in terms of the comedy that I'm not ready, that I feel like people are not ready to hear about me, like things about myself that are personal, that I feel like people are not ready, but there's so much comedy and content in that. And then coming to the inspiration part, in terms of who I look up to, I would say everyone, every comedian, bad comedian, good comedian. I look up to all of them because with the good ones, I pick up certain things and I say, I love what he does. I would want to try and do it better than him. This one, he's a terrible comedian. I love how bad he is, and I don't want to be this bad. So I try to just, I don't like to look at one comedian and say, I look up to this guy. Because what you do when you have a mentor or when you have someone you look up to, you find yourself subconsciously, without noticing, becoming them, mirroring them, you know. And I don't want that. I want people to just say, that isn't Mdura. So, because when you see someone that's trying to be me, and it's not nice. It sounds really,
in every art form, in fact, like even here, more so in music as well. Like,
you find people sounding like,
doesn't that sound like sense?
We already have sense. We don't want a second sense. So no, I don't wanna look up to someone. I just wanna, when I watch comedy, I try to study the comedy or the lack of comedy in the comedy. So I don't just listen to the, like I get like huge comedians and I listen to the comedy and I say, this is not funny.
So how do I avoid that pitfall?
By not getting, I just say, I don't want to get as comfortable as this guy because he knows that he's big. He knows that he's got money. Now he's just doing rich jokes. You know, the jokes that we're going to laugh at because this guy is rich.
And there's a disconnect now.
There's a disconnect. So I just respect every comedian, good and bad. You are doing a great job in making me the comedian that I want to be. Keep doing a good job. Keep doing a bad job.
Keep doing it. And
yes. I love you too, Banele.
Okay, we have young Quincy. What's your advice for the junior auditions and what do you expect to see there?
Hey, man. Listen, tomorrow, so we're coming to Simonye for those that do not know, the spotlight, the M10 spotlight. So my advice is, you know what, guys, when we started doing what we do, we got one chance. There was only one competition and we all took that competition. We didn't all become the overall winners, but we all won in the sense that we took the platform and then we said, from now on, we're taking responsibility going forward. It's not about the judges. Now it's about us having gotten a spotlight. So please, if you've got talent and you know you do, or you think you do, please take the opportunity. Go there. Don't impress the judges. Impress yourself. Impress that person inside you that says, I think I might have talent. Go there and make sure that in that 3 minutes that you have, you give everything that you have. Just come out, just because I'm from that place doesn't mean I'm gonna do you guys any favors. If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's just not there.
Okay, we have another one from your girlsy. If you what's the most embarrassing moment of your comedy career?
So easy. So easy. That one is so easy. I went on stage. It was the garden party. It was my second garden party. The first one was awesome. Did it in 2016. 2018, it was the 50-50 celebrations. The biggest one. in the country, the biggest gig you can get is performing in front of His Majesty. That's like validation right there that you're doing okay.
And the specific one you just cited, that was like celebrating 50 years. Like, that's the one.
We can never get another 50-50. So I got on stage. Before I got on stage, actually, I was backstage. So just before I got on stage, true story, guys. I kid you not. I wish I made this up. I bent down. You know those cheap suits. You see a nice cheap suit, and you're like, "Oh my god, why is it so cheap?" And it's so nice. You pick it up. Picked it up. It was nice. Backstage, I was picking something up, and then it just went. I had nothing else to wear. Like it just got ripped apart. You know where there's supposed to be the belt? There, it got ripped apart. And then I went on stage. I tried to cover up with the blazer. When I got on stage, I started doing my thing. A minute into my 5-10 minute set, this guy came up and said, "Get off the stage. Sense is supposed to get on stage." So in the middle of my set, garden party, it's packed. This guy said, "Get off the stage." And I was there on some now. And I was like, "Yeah, now, get off." So I went off stage. I didn't know what I'd done wrong.
And you can't even react like it. So it's like, you need to act.
No. It was just like, pull the stage, get a sense. No. It was so embarrassing. It was super embarrassing. So yeah, I'll never forget that day. Never. It was sad.
10 times as well, man.
Yeah, I've never worn that suit ever. I never even tried to fix it. I just kept it there, shredded. You know what I'll do? I'll take a picture of it and then I'll post it up.
Yeah,
today. Yeah, I'll do it.
Appreciate
yeah, the pants.
Yo,
so sad.
When did you survive that one? You know,
I did because I went back on stage with my torn pants and I just
ripped it.
So shit. So yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get when you buy a suit for $500.
Payment is good money.
Paid.
Now we need something to neutralize that experience. What is the best moments you've had? That's the one that you look back like, yo, not only everything just fell into place. Now we need to neutralize that.
Yeah, you mean stage performance? So I was at this show in Cape Town. In fact, there are many. I just put out the one that I think was. There was this show that I was doing in Cape Town Comedy Club. So the thing with Cape Town is that it gets so many tourists. You might find yourself in a comedy club where you've got 99% people just from outside Africa. So your material has to it stretches your material, you know, because you need to create context that they will understand. So I get on stage, I'm given like 5 minutes open spot. So I get on stage and it's packed. I get a good standing ovation, I get off stage, and then I get approached by a table of 14 people. 14 people, all from about 8 countries. So there are students from different countries who are working in Cape Town. So this one says, hey, you know what? We were so bummed about a show that Trevor Noah is doing in Norway, because we come from Norway. And we got here like 3 days back from Norway, and Trevor Noah's doing a show in Norway. But you know what? We're not so bummed anymore because we think you are way better than him.
Oh,
like, yeah, I know that's not true, but making them feel like that for me was like priceless. So that was one of the best moments I've had on stage.
You should have taken a selfie. You got a selfie with them people.
They got a selfie. They got a selfie. So that was really dope.
And great feeling. And comedy.
Yeah.
What is your criteria? Like, for instance, if I'm an aspiring,
Yeah.
comedian, well, what
Yeah.
should I have? Like, if we're to do like, oh my goodness, this is a prerequisite. Or is there any form of way
Yeah.
I can actually hack it to a certain degree? Like,
Yeah.
what should I bring to the table?
Like qualities you need to get on stage and
yes,
just be a proper comedian.
Because there's another thing, there's always like a fine line between, yeah, my close circle of friends may think I'm funny, but the rest of the world may not.
They may not, yeah.
And I need to avoid a situation of bringing stuff. I like you actually cited that you have 99% of people that are outside the space, so you need to have a broad understanding of the world as a whole, so that you can actually deliver. What, I guess,
the qualities that you made it. First of all, you must already know that you are funny.
Okay.
Like self-belief. Like you must already believe that I've got a sense of humor. It doesn't matter how you might have a dark sense of humor.
Of course, yes.
You might have a creepy one. You might have but you must already know that I am funny, and being funny comes primary to me. Like it's easy. Like when I'm in a table, it could be my friends, it could be a different crowd of people that I don't know. I could be the guy that just grabs the mic in church. But somehow I'm gonna find people laughing, and I'm gonna think, why are they laughing? You already know they have a sense of humor. You might already be posting stuff on the internet that people are already commenting and reacting on positively. And then you might discover that, oh, I'm actually funny. Because funny is not just stage funny. It could be, I'm funny, I could write for you so that you go on stage and be funny. It could be funny that I could just put up a production, produce it, and do all those sorts of things in the background. So the first thing the thing about confidence, they come later. Presentation, whatnot. The first and primary thing, you must know yourself. I already knew that I was funny. And I already knew the type of humor that I had. I already knew this. I just needed now to go on stage and see if people are going to receive my funny the way I think. Exactly.
Actually, like that. That is very, very. That's on nails or something, because that actually even covers anything else. Like introspection. Like I need to know.
No, you know this
before you go to deliver it.
You already know this. Yeah.
And is there anything I could work on? Like, should I be well versed on the comedy realm as a whole, or just broaden my horizons? Like, because you have like people who actually draw content of daily activities. I actually liked what you said, that your comedy comes from your experiences every day. So you're in the moment, and you actually reenact. So to some degree, we're getting a window into.
So that's you being funny, because sometimes you know what happens with some comedians that eventually disappear from the scene. This is what they do. I've always said this, that comedy is not jokes.
Yes.
Jokes run out. Comedy is humor. Humor can be thrown from anything.
True.
You could ask me right now to do a 5-minute set on my experience being in this room. I could come up with a 5-minute hilarious set on that.
Like we had behind the scenes.
That is humor. I've always said that I would never book a comedian that doesn't make me laugh off stage. Because to me it says you really don't have a sense of humor. You need to plan your material. What happens when you forget your material that you planned for?
Or that stuff you planned for just doesn't resonate with the people.
Exactly, dude. You can write a 5-minute set and get on stage and kill, But if I catch you off guard and say, "Vile, 5 minutes, go," that's when we see the comedian in you, or just the funny guy, or the guy that has jokes that he remembers and writes them down, So you really need to bring the humor with you. I've seen guys that go on stage. So you see Sam Shaw. That guy is funny. That guy is hilarious. That guy will say something on stage, something serious, and something fun is gonna come out. That's called a sense of humor. He doesn't have to get someone to help him write a funny speech. That's where comedy comes from.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Mavaya Chronicles on Instagram. What's in your show tonight?
Boy, i-crazy 8 ngiyo lebesikhona ke now na 8 ubeke ikhadi phansi uthi ngicela 2 emigcishi. So unless sidlala i-crazy 8 boy. Oh my god. Unfortunately I don't give out tickets anymore, because just come to the shop where I know you're kidding. But I always comes to the shows.
Okay,
I know.
we have another one from Nelly Mdura. Anytime convenient for you, I guess. Thank you.
Oh my god. Unfortunately, I would, nice as that gesture might be, unfortunately I'm this kind of person. I'm weird. I like to clean my own house. And I've got this thing where when I'm really mad about something, I just turn everything upside down and just do some proper spring cleaning. Wash the car, wash the dishes. It's therapeutic. Like when I'm really mad, like when I'm so mad that
doing the chores,
like I thought I was weird. So I used to have I thought I had made it and I don't have time. I need someone to after 1 month I was like, yo, sis, like I'm just really particular about how my stuff should, where it should be, how it should be done, So I like do it with my own hands. I grew up with girls, I said this. So my mom taught me that there are no boys' chores or girls' chores. So I just get on my knees
and do what needs to be done.
But hey, I appreciate that. Nelly knows.
Okay, we have your girl Z.
Your girl.
If you keep doing what you are doing, you are a true inspiration to many of us. A king of first and more to come. May God bless you and your craft. Yes, we do take you seriously.
Oh my God. Happy birthday, your girl Z. I love you too. So sweet. Making me blush in front of all my 5 million followers.
We will co-sign this in most of them.
I'm dreaming big, very big.
And okay, most of move on swiftly. You mentioned the importance of self-belief in your life.
Yeah.
Love that. There's another aspect, I guess. This one now covers the art form, the creative sphere. There's always been this assumption, I guess, if I'm creative, then just focus on the craft,
yeah,
and everything else will fall into place. And
yeah.
it also taps into what you mentioned about education.
Yeah.
You need to know a contract, for instance, the basics of contracts.
Everything is a science.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the Swama theme as well is monetize your craft.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your take on the importance of, I guess, at least having some form of background on that? As much as you can have a team, obviously, you don't have an accountant.
Yeah.
It's important to probe that, to at least know like what looks like. What you need to. Could you expand on that? And it's important.
I love the question. I love this question. I wish all the interviews we did, these are the questions that I love being asked questions which have responses that might help someone. It's I think it's very I'm just happy that the corporate world to our creativity space. Shout out to MTN, who's actually doing the most. We've got Spotlight, you've got the Swama Awards, you've got MTN Rhymes and Laughter, and so many of these things that are in the creative space. So this year the theme, like you said, it's monetize. That is very important because in as much as I will say this as an artist and as a human being and as Mduduzi Dlamini, that person, that in my life I don't aspire to be rich in terms of money. I don't aspire to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. I love being broke and knowing that I need to work and make a little bit of money. It keeps me going.
It's the journey.
It's the journey. Yeah. On Monday, I want to be broke so that I wake up on Tuesday and say, you know what, I need money on Friday. Let me work towards getting money on Friday. You know what? I just want to have money to pay bills and get the things that will make my work easier. But then at the same time, because as artists, we put the craft first before the money. Because we get it. This is the one job that you choose. This is the one job where you don't go to an interview for. So if you choose the job, it means you love the job. But then Now you need the guy who's the business manager who's gonna say, Mdura, that gig you wanna go to in Zimbabwe is not gonna make you money.
True.
Because at some point the money has to it has to encourage and motivate you. Because sometimes you sit there and you're like, I'm doing well, but I've got a really cracked up phone. I can't even read emails. You know, sometimes I can't make rent. You know, sometimes you get a relative who comes up to you and says, you know what, Mdura, you are doing well. I need a certain amount of money for medical fees or for education, and you can't help them, you know. But then your job has to inspire people in all sorts of ways, spiritually, mentally, financially, and otherwise. So you need to be in that position where you know that you can be able to help people, and people can actually look at you and say, oh, Mdura drives this decent car. I can trust him with my money. I can trust him with a job because he's gonna show up on time, you know. So we do need the money. We do need to be educated. We do need to save. We do need to invest, because what I've learned is that instead of waiting for companies to invest in what we need to do, because when certain companies come, they tell us, oh, if I put in 50 grand into your craft, then I want you to do this in a certain way. Personally, I like to manage my business in my own way. So when I make money, I invest it back into my craft. You know, I don't want to hear an artist saying that I need money for an album. I don't want to hear an artist saying that I can't get to a gig because I didn't have transport. If you get into a space where you are comfortable as an artist, you are able to be more creative. You need the basics.
Exactly.
And for you,
while stressing as
you,
well,
you
is how you want to be. Your mental faculties are thinking like, yo,
it's not gonna happen. Look at all the artists that are making money and are doing well. They are doing so well in life because there's a team that is working on them. All they need to concentrate on is just delivering on stage. There's someone that is styling me. There's someone that's making sure that my diet is okay.
Exactly.
I've got a personal chef that I bring on tour. I've got a stylist that I bring on tour. All I need to worry about now
is to deliver what I'm
to deliver. So it's very important to monetize, guys. It's very important. When they call you for a gig and they say it's black tie, go find a proper suit. It makes them take you serious. It makes them pay you more because you have increased your value. So it is important to monetize. It is. We must build our own theaters now. We must build our own comedy clubs. Yes.
Studios.
We must run our own. We must have our own studios. When who's now to lele and you get a song and like, I'm waking up now. I'm going into the studio. So we need those things, guys. We do.
Yeah, I had that actually point.
Okay, we have Mthetho Maps. It's a true inspiration group.
Thank you, Maps. Thank you. What up, Temba? Kasi boy. Shout out to you.
Most good. Okay, now that we've touched that part as well, what's your take on the impact digital has had as well on any other part as well, like exposure, and how can the youth best utilize it? Because we've always felt like, one has always felt like it's double-edged. Some people may use that platform to look and compare their lives and then spiral into a sense of depression and what's going on, and therefore put some
start comparing what video has posted.
All of a sudden
I've got nothing to post.
Exactly. If you feel some type of way, like what positive spin-offs can the youth take from that sphere, and what can be avoided, and how can that help one's craft per se? Basically in your experience, because we've seen pretty well.
I've seen a lot of people that have an income just from being in that digital space. I want us to get to a point as a country where we've got young people that are YouTubers, that are on YouTube and getting paid monthly from content. You don't need to be a comedian to have content. You know, there are people that just put things out there. They are strictly about fashion. And we just want to go on their YouTube channel and watch, subscribe, like, and watch. And YouTube after a certain number of subscribers, you start getting the money just from posting stuff. You've got people like your girl Z, who's a fashionista in all the sense of the word. You put out your stuff out there, you put out your content. You know, you may find yourself leaving your job just so you can invest on quality. You just need your phone. Just buy a proper phone with a proper camera. That's all that you need. Personally, I've gotten bookings from outside the country because they've seen some of my clips on maybe YouTube. And I always say this: your first 3 posts on your social media should tell a person what you do. So if I'm a comedian and my first 3 posts are about food, fashion, and football, then someone's gonna just log out and say, this guy is just a socialite. But I want my first 3 posts all the time to be about what I do. And I've gotten just today, there's a comedian from Kenya who was looking through my stuff, and she was like, I want to come to Swaziland. So we're doing a gig with her last night. We're doing a gig with her tonight. That's how relationships are created. Exactly. I met one of my closest friends in comedy and in life, Tenjiwe, on social media. That's how we met. And we've done so many things together in terms of work. So I would just say to young people that, you know what, this platform, firstly, it's free. I'd like to believe it's free.
It's
really free. Don't tell me about the data, because we use data for so many things that do not make us money. If you've got a business, put that on social media. People are going to start commenting, how do you deliver? Exactly. It helps with this. It's a free marketing and advertising platform. Sharon Mazia, one of the marketing gurus we have in the country, once said that social media has come to change the game, in the sense that a billboard is a hit and hope. People might drive past a billboard. People might drive past a billboard and look at it. People might drive past a billboard and not look at it. But with social media, you can say that I need so many people to see this post. You are guaranteed that they are definitely going to see this post. So
it would relate to the content.
And it would relate to the content that you let's not depress ourselves by looking for likes. Likes are not important. What's important is the reach. How many people has your content reached?
And the return on does it drive them like likes? Some people like random.
I don't care about likes. As long as you see my stuff, I'm happy. Because you're gonna talk about it one way or the other, whether you like it or not. You're gonna say to Viliati, I saw Mdura posting some video. I don't like that video. Vila's gonna go look at that video, and Vila's gonna probably say, actually, I like this, and that is how our content reaches people out. It's free marketing, guys. Use it.
You plugged in.
We have Yaya Park, or hello Mdura.
What's up? Yeah, this is one of the people that always makes it a point to come to one of my shows. So I appreciate you so much.
And then we have the Lion King Studios. It's in Mdura. See you tonight.
My man, this is one of the best photographers that we have in the country. The Lion King Studios. They're always taking our pictures on Thursdays at Mfuleni and at our shows. So make sure you book a studio session with this guy, or you just book him for a show. He takes really proper pictures. If you want to see, go to Lion King Studios, the page, or Comedy on Thursdays page. You'll see the pictures. See you later, boy.
And then, of course,
you see, that's already marketing for him. Social media. Plugged in.
Most deaf. Basing it on that as well, like, what's your take on the whole movement of like big community? How can we youth then, I guess, connect and help each other? I've always felt like we're moving back to that whole era of barter trade. Like, if one has a skill set, let me help you achieve. Like, what's your take on the importance of basically becoming a unit?
It's very important as the youth, because we have always done this thing where we run to companies as the youth who would say abasisite. But it's like when someone comes to me for help, the first thing I ask, what I ask is, have you tried to create a platform where now for yourself where you come from? Have you tried to perform a Sunday? You've got a community where you come from. Have you tried to put up a show in your community before you come this side? So what I'm trying to say is, as EU, I think for help. When we are powerful together. I like the tagline here. I'm 10 Pazia. Be the best you. Be the best you where you are on your own, and be the best youth even when you are in a group. So as a youth, I feel like we've got so much skill and we've got so I do this thing where there are people lekwanza aspata lani nabo ngemali ngoba asihlali ngemali, but Vile's got photography skills. I'm working in the truth, but I'll come to Vile's thing or come to my thing and say I'm shoot everything. After that, I'm gonna put up his pictures out there. I know people follow me. They will ask me, how much does he charge? Vile sotfole my clients. I'm showing my followers. They don't have my photography skills. My followers now want the person that is Yabon. So Vele, it's true what you're saying. I like what you're saying because it's becoming a barter trade.
Exactly.
Like on a sound system when meaning I've got comment. I'm gonna bring the comment, you're gonna bring the sound system, we make the money together, we start sharing. So there's nothing that I can do. Put the platform you're going to in in scene, but ute imali wena unale skills eklanyela because both and us when the agriculture we are putting paspatinite no babili malona unale svansi wena unale skill senendani you go find someone lokhanza ukuthi ekhaya kibo ngiyabekisa kunenesana. You come up with all those things, you make money together, you grow together.
You keep it moving. Yeah.
So it's very important because see youth slangane a business for present abantu ideas at business who take our ideas, invest money, bahambe bayoyidla basinike abo 500. Take these ideas nhlangane youth ningenamali nonke and try to find a way on how.
Exactly. Because they also drive the ownership. There's another thing I feel like you've never actually
the ownership.
It's yours. So
own
basically, yeah.
Own your ideas. I'll make an example. The movement, let's now in the comedy in the country right now. I think you might have noticed that it's usually the same lineup in different places. Siyachamuka sonke as comedians. It's again, guys, let's do a show together. We get the money. We share the money. After that. On my own, I might not be able to pull as much a crowd without Dr. Shades or Bongiswa or Stu, but together we might be able to pull crowds from different arenas and kilos, make a lot of money, share the money. It's really hard.
Yeah.
So I guess that answers the question.
Okay, we have insert maps. Uti, do what you love and love what you do.
Yes.
Some Mdura uibe excellent degree.
I wouldn't say that, and I would also say that to some extent. Degree in the sense that kunema situations lamanini kule career lesengayikhetha leka entertainment lakhona degree yami insike khona. Because guys, one thing you must know, degree yakho ayikuthumi ukuthi uye kuyokwenza lo msebenzi lobo ucabanga ukuthi na ufundela kwenda wona. You might find yourself applying your degree in a really different field. I've been applying the things that I do in the background for comedy. Apply my skill set that I obtained or attained from my degree. But I'm never gonna go to the office and be employed through the degree. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's pretty clear because it changed the way you look and approach gender. It's such a thing. Like it's not necessarily that underlying. I like how you highlighted that the lectures you need to attend. It gives you the resilience, tried and tested,
exactly,
to show and prove.
It's like going to a police college, but instead of ending up as a cop, you decide, because you know what, let me just start a security company. Or let me start a company that provides bouncers or security to consult. But by expect the conventional way, when we police call it so double police, but no, you decided to take your policing to a different level.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it helps, and not even that, it also gives, I guess, there was a famous thing quote that I'm trying to quote from that tells it, if you go through this in an institution or learning environment, and you come out the other end still the same, then you haven't gone through it, but it has gone through you. Which basically means if you have not, your mindset is not true to how you think or approach things or address things, then that is the problem. And it's important as well to have something to fall back on. I don't know if that makes sense. Not necessarily that you're going into whatever, because it's just a buffer, like you mentioned, it gives confidence to the people.
I think
that you're seeing.
It gives you confidence, you knowing that, because I took this line from Mosaic, the producer, uthi bambuta ekhaya ukuthi manje eMosaic kona you're pushing this in scale in what are you gonna fall for call? I'm not planning to fall. So this thing, it gives you confidence, it gives you that cushion. Ifanana nokuthi wathi ukuthi ngine epic emotweni. But I'm really not planning on crashing the car. Nginayo le epic. So the education is the epic. Lokho wathi ukuthi I can speed.
Should the need
for me ukuthi ngiyangizaneni i-epic itoba khona, but I'm not planning to crash at any point. But ngigijima ngalisebenzise kwathi ukuthi oh, I still have the buffer zone yale epic, but I'm planning to shine. So that's what education does. It gives you the confidence ukuthi ngithi I can take a risk with this 300,000 that I've just made, because in the confidence ukuthi nginalesinye skill la ngangqongqotha kiso futhi yabona. And if this is all I have, then ngiba better confident, because I'm the thing, that conversation we were saying,
do not.
In the corporate environment, you are just trying not to mess up sometimes. You wake up every day and say, God, can I not mess up? You are not saying, God, can I take a bigger risk?
And be as creative.
Like, yo. But now you can wake up and say, you know what, today I just want to mess up. After I mess up, what's going to happen? Because you know there's the buffer. So you that thing ukuthi ungafunzi ungumuntu ikonta ukuthi ungabi nale ube nale limitation ukuthi you can't mess up, you've got nothing else.
So it then stifles now your growth, because you always there's no growth in being
there's no growth in being comfortable. Take risks.
Most of we do not say jump off cliffs, but take.
If you're gonna jump, you might want to have a parachute. You might want to.
Most of as we wind it down, I guess any partners, like obviously there's a show coming up. Kind of elaborate on that, and as well as what's in line for Mdura during the course of the year, and words of, I guess, motivation for any upcoming artists and comedians and the likes. So
okay, cool. First, I think I just I want to appreciate everyone who's given comedy a chance, because a couple of years ago, I remember even my own people, my own friends were like, comedian, they always wanted that point of reference. Okay, then wabanika the example, okay, but so they base your success on, or the potential for you to succeed on the success of other people. So Nyalo, I think say pelile lenvevoti but based at that because of what we've done in the comedy space. But of course, we've done that because we've had people backing us and appreciating the work we do by coming to the shows, buying my TVT, liking and following my pages ad for. So that validates comedy as a job that you can do full time. So the first thing I'd like to do is just to appreciate, be it companies that have called us for gigs and trusted us with their very fickle audience who are very sensitive. There was a time that I was now as a comedian, but I got so but Sebastian, but we just jump on stage because they believe now in our craft. So I'd like to appreciate those companies. I'd like to appreciate those people, my patrons, my shows too. I'd like to appreciate all the organizations that have given comedy a chance. That's the first thing. And then secondly, any advice for upcoming comedians? I would just say, take that leap of faith. I think my avenues you can contact myself. There's a page, Comedy on a Thursday, that we have for upcoming comedians and comedians that do comedy every Thursday to try out new material and to work on their confidence on stage. We do that every Thursday. So check out that page. It's Comedy on a Thursday. It's on Facebook. So if you're an upcoming comedian, you can do that. You can contact me on any of my socials if you want to get on stage and see how we can work together. I think that's just the advice that I can give to upcoming comedians. And then the other thing is my upcoming shows that we have. I think just check my socials. Some of them I don't remember from the top of my head. So check my socials. It's Mdura on all of them: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channel. It's Mdura. Just search for Mdura. Anyway. Otherwise, if there's anything that I need to mention, is that be the best youth. Remember, we are going to give you the 411 on how to get the cheapest data rates in the land. So it's *411# and just follow the prompts and you've got a couple of options that remember, be the best youth or the best you, as the word says. So I enjoyed being with you guys for the past hour, which felt like 10 minutes. And of course, Dog, you kept those questions coming. And yeah, I enjoyed this. So shout out to you guys for asking the questions and making the comments. This is Mdura. I love you guys so much. Keep supporting local comedy and just local entertainment at large.
And by the way, it's Munye.
We're coming tomorrow. So if you're in Sibunye, make sure you come through for the audition. So if you're good, we're going to give you a thumbs up. If you're not good, look guys, and listen to this. It's okay not to be good at that thing that you always wanted to be good at. Keep looking, keep searching. At some point in my life, I thought I was going to be a lawyer. I couldn't, because when I applied at university, they said, Abasa sponsor law. And then I was heartbroken. I couldn't put my parents through the hell of paying for my fees. I had to do something that I didn't like. At some point, I thought I was going to be a pilot. And then my parents were like, dude, but there's one airport in the country. What are the odds? And I was like, okay, I'm changing that. And then at some point, believe it or not, I thought I was going to be a professional footballer. Because I played and I think I was quite good at it. And then at some point with my social science degree, I always score goals for the social, for the MTN social club. What do you mean? I always score. I've got trophies with the MTN social club. So guys, what I'm trying to say is that keep searching. I've been a teacher. There's so many things that I have been or thought I was until I found or thought I found what I think I am supposed to be. So if you come to the auditions and they tell you that there's something definitely that you're gonna find that you are good at, keep searching. There's always something for someone. As the great Robin Sharma once said, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. And you know you've found your purpose if it's you doing something that serves other people. So keep looking. You're definitely going to find it.
Right.
Don't ask me to say that again. It didn't come from me.
Yes, I know it
came from someone.
My good man, it's been great.
I enjoyed this.
This is up.
It always looks awkward when you're turning off the camera after recording yourself, because you wish there could be like a button at the end, like just presses itself. It's always awkward. We're like, yeah, so shout out.